Welcome in, trainers. My name is Kittens, and this is going to be my channel about breaking down the meta of Pokemon Pocket. Today I figured we'd start with my blind reaction to the Shining Revelry reveal pack, since the leakers found it all, and we're going to check it out together. I haven't looked at this yet. This will be my first look. I wanted you all to get my completely fresh reaction to it all. Well, let's not waste any more time. If you like Pokemon Pocket content and are interested in the competitive scene, whether it be ranked or tournaments, please feel free to drop me a subscription, hit the bell, and check it out, because we're going to do a lot more. Looks like we're getting a fancy new Pokeball. I've seen a lot of people asking for fancy versions of existing cards, so that's kind of cool. Very in line with the TCG with this one. Alright, we're going to scroll to the bottom now, because I want to start from the bottom and work our way up to the EXs. Even though we've pretty much seen them. We got a Lopunny. One colorless, 30 damage on a stage 1 is not amazing. I could clearly be wrong. I could end up seeing a lot of play, but I don't think this is huge. I will say one thing about my initial reactions are I'm going to give you how I think it'll do competitively, but this is not necessarily going to be correct. We have to wait to see how the meta shapes up. Multiply Weedle has the same ability as that Coughing with Division we got a while back. That's pretty good. Could see play if the new Beedrill sees play. Bunnery, basically the same boat as its evolution, not gonna lie. I don't think it's gonna do much. New Riolu, 10 more HP, but it requires 2 energy to attack. Does double the damage. I don't know if you use this over the first one, though. The energy curve's a little off. New Bidoof, same amount of energy, but does damage this time. I think I like the other Bidoof better. Although flat damage may not be the worst. New Hitmonchan, 90 for 3 energy. I think that's too slow. I definitely think the original Hitmonchan's better. 30 for 1 is really strong. Especially in our very basic heavy meta. A new Licky Licky. Alright. Better than its EX form. Got ourselves a new Hitmonlee that has the exact same stats as the original Hitmonchan. I don't think this sees much play over the original Hitmonlee, considering its role as a bench sniper. New Lickitung, 30 for 2. The retreat cost being 2 is nice for Lickitung. Has another option now, besides the other one that had 2. A new Machoke. I'm not a big fan of the flip the coins. If heads, this does more damage abilities, because my coin flip luck is not great. But it's nice to see a new Machoke. New Jigglypuff. Nice little 20 for 1 colorless. Isn't terrible. Raticate and Rattata. Nothing amazing there. New Machoke, 20 for 1 is pretty standard. Oh, we got a Gimme Ghoul. Flip a coin, it heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects done to it by attacks. It's not terrible. It kind of depends on what Golden Go does, if it'll see play. We saw the shiny one of this in the trailer. Ooh, new Drifloon. 20 for 1. Again pretty standard. Mr. Mime, probably won't see any play. The fact it can do 0 damage for 2 energy is a little bad. Most of the time it will be only doing 40 for 2, which isn't also not amazing. Corkscrew Punch, good old standard on that Tankathon, you like to see it. New Abra. Was not expecting a new Abra line. Shroodle. I guess we're getting a Grafaiai too. That's cool. It's probably going to be a poison one. Pokemon to go with the new Clodsire. We saw the Wiglet in the trailer. Weasel, not amazing. Yep, Paldean Wooper. Looks like it does in fact cause poison, which is good for its evolution. Tentacool with Rain Splash. It's nice to see some higher HP basics, but the lower damage is just kind of problematic. Palmy. Standard Palmy. Not mad. 30 for 2. I don't know if I'd use this. I mean, Arbok, the current Arbok's not amazing. If the new Arbok's good, maybe. Light Ball, they just have been missing the mark with Voltorb since the first one. Oh, a new Magmar. I actually like this one. Okay. 70 HP, 20 for 1. Can make it 50 with Blaine. That's actually... This will see some play in Blaine decks. The new Charmander. Okay. This one does 20 instead of 30, but it doesn't discard the energy. So that's definitely not bad. Saw the Sprigatito and the Pinsir in the video. Alright, I saw the 1 diamond cards. Some promising looking cards here. Something to look forward to in the next section. Oh, we got a Cyclozar. During your next turn, this Pokemon's over acceleration attack does 20 more damage. That's actually pretty decent for a basic. Hit for 20 and then you hit for 40 continuously. Yeah, that's actually really, that actually might see some play. The weakness to fighting is probably its biggest issue. Ooh, a Flamigo. 50 for each heads. Again, I don't like that it can do 0. Doing 100 as a basic, though, is kind of nuts. A Team Rocket Grunt. Flip a coin until you get tails for each heads. Discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Alright. They're trying to slow down the game a little. I don't know how effective this will be at it. Red. We saw this during the trailer, but I will take the time to point this out. I think this is going to be a really big card going into the next meta. I don't think it's going to do anything to help the fact that we're in a very basic-centric meta, though. A Pokemon Center Lady. Heal 30 damage, and it recovers from all special conditions. Does this warrant play? I mean, the best deck in the meta doesn't care about special conditions, because Arceus is immune. And they're using potions and shamans. Maybe. I don't think it will see much play, though. I could be very wrong. Alright, we got the Reverum. 110 HP. 1 colorless, 2 metal energy. 70 damage. Flip a coin. If heads during your next turn, prevent all damage and effects. Okay. That's kind of cool on a Pokemon that actually does damage. It's potentially pretty strong. We'll have to wait and see how much play it sees, but that has potential. The Tinkaton. Already getting into the coin flipping that its final evolution likes so much. Don't know how crazy this is. Yeah. Stage 2 is not looking great again. New Drifloon, Gust for 140. Not bad on a basic. 1 for 30 on the new Kadabra. interesting. We saw the full art of this on the in the trailer, and I'm still very interested in seeing what the Dondozo does. Pomo, 2 energy for 40. Got a nice curve so far to this Palm outline. New Spirit Tome already. 20, flip a coin, and then it's confused. I don't think it's any better or any worse than the other one. I think it's just a more situational one. Which one you want to use? If you want to use the original Spirit Tome, if you're trying to set up for Cyrus plays and bench sniping, this one's more direct offense. We saw the Pachirisu here in the trailer as well. I could see it seeing play. I could also see it not seeing play. We're really going to have to wait on that one to see how the meta shakes up. We got a Floatzel, 30 for 1 energy to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's alright. You can do the same thing with Hitmonlee for 1 energy, and it's a basic. I guess this can hit the active, which is nice. I don't know. It doesn't seem quite worth it. Wave Splash for 40 for 1. First Tentacruel is definitely the better way to go if you're going to run Tentacruel. New Arbok. I love the art. And it does poison now, instead of just trapping. So that's nice. 3 energy is a little steep, though. Paldean Toro does 10 damage to itself, does for 3 energy and 80. I don't think this is what Fire needed, to be honest. Fire's not doing too amazing right now, and I don't know if this is what they needed. Tumbling attack, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more. This Electrode is alright. I think the first Electrode we got with no retreat cost is still the best, just because it was so easy to pivot around. And it doesn't see any play anymore at this point, so I don't know if this would either. Oh, new Charmeleon looking sick. Nice curve with the Charmander, and 40 is pretty good. Same thing on Florigato, 40 for 2. Kakuna going for a Paralysis to try to stall to get the Beedrill is kind of interesting. It's actually not a bad way to try to get to a stage 2 in a meta where stage 2s are really weak. And of course we saw Iono here in the thing. I think she's also going to see some good amount of play. She's a little more situational than Red, where she's going to be used in decks that like to run a lot more Pokemon. Like your Rampardos, your Charizards, just to try to up your consistency. And there's also that chance you hurt your opponent, but there's a chance you help your opponent. It's going to be a toss-up whether or not you want to use it, but I think she'll see some play. I think she's good. And our 3 diamond cards. We got our new Machamp, 150 HP, 2 energy. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra fighting energy attached, it does 50 more. So 120 for 4 makes it even slower than its counterpart, although you can start hitting for 70. Again, it has the big problem of it's a stage 2, and stage 2s aren't good. Like, I'll be honest, stage 2s are not good right now. New Wigglytuff, heal 20 from your active. It's not terrible. Gentle Slap for 50. Probably wouldn't use this for its attack, and would just strictly use it for its ability, like the Shaman we have. I think the Shaman we have is better, though, because it allows you to retreat and recover in hopes they don't have a Cyrus. Grafai. Oh, this is something poison needed. Once during your turn, you flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. This one, unlike Weezing, activates from the bench, and they needed something like this to keep the pressure up with stuff like Paldean and Clodsire. So this will be very nice for poison decks. I again have to contend with the fact Arceus is just the best deck. Golden Go. 120 HP. It's pretty good. It's the same as Celebi, which, yes, he's a lot of play, but Steel does not have the same energy ramping potential as Grass. They only have Dialga, and Steel also doesn't have the recovery that grass has. And this costs 1 more. I think it'll see play. I don't know how good it is. I'm sure Steel players will try it though. They are regularly just trying to play with any card they can. Alright, the new Alakazam, 130. 80 does 20 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has energy. I mean, if they're doing a setup strategy like the new Dialga, that matters, but still only 100. Even if that Dialga has ramped into a Arceus, they would have to ramp into multiple to get higher numbers. And then it gets one shot in return. Yeah, that's not good. Unfortunately, not good at all. The Dunduzo. This was something I was hyped about. Only 120 HP. I honestly thought it would be higher. I know it's a basic, but that's kind of the point of this in Wailord, is just to be a giant beef stick. 80 for 4 with the potential to do 110 is also not great. Yeah, this is another miss. Even in a meta where you can charge energy with Manaphy, I don't see this seeing too much play. Alright, we got Palmot. 140, fits in the active spot and is damaged by an attack, do 20 damage. Okay, it's got the rough skin counterattack ability that we've seen on a couple Pokemon now. And it does 70 with an electric punch. It's not terrible. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Then we got Magmortar with 120 HP. We got Smoke Bomb during your opponent's next turn. If the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, the attack does nothing. Well, it doesn't happen. It just straight up never happens. Lower attack cost than the other Magmortar. It would be better paired with the charging Magmar from Space Time that charges its own energy, because then it could just attack on the next turn. So I think this one might see some play. It's not terrible. Meowscarada. 140 HP, stage 2, points against it. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this attack does 70 more damage. Alright, I see you, Meowscarada, coming in with 130 damage for 2 energy. That's not terrible. You might see some fringe play, I'm not gonna lie. I could see a 1 prize grass deck wanting you. I'm going to briefly go over the EXs, and then I'll give you my opinion on the set as a whole. Oh, and of course we'll check out the arts. The Pikachu EX, I think we'll see some play. I think it has potential as a backliner that comes in and just takes care of a big threat. I don't think it'll make electric super meta relevant, but this does hit that number you want to hit to take out most meta threats right now. So I think this Pikachu will see play. I actually think we might see a 1-in-1 of the old Pikachu and the new one, just so you can start off with your poking for 90 and then build up this one on the bench to come in and just finish something off. But we'll have to see. It does also have a fighting weakness, which is not good in this current meta. We'll see if that carries over into the next one though. Alright, we got Paldean Clodsire. Also has a fighting weakness, which is a problem, but this is a stage 1 with 160, so it's a big boy. Doing 120 damage if the opponent's Pokemon is poisoned, which we saw that the Wooper does poison, and we also saw that the Grafaiai has the ability to keep poison up. So you'd probably want 2 Grafaiais on the bench to double your chances to get the poison off, so you can do a straight up 120. This might see some play. I don't know if it'll see a ton of play. I think we'll still end up seeing this with the Weezing Koga combo, just because this is pretty easy to set up. The problem just comes down to Arceus existing in the meta, but we'll see. I like that it's bulky. I don't like that it has 3 retreat cost, or it has a weakness to fighting. So, there's potential. Beedrill. Alright, it's 170 HP, which is huge. This thing can take hits well. It's a stage 2, which is problematic, as I have expressed a few times. We got Crushing Spear. 80 damage, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. I can kind of see the synergy between this and the Team Rocket Grunt card that they're going for, to try to give this stage 2 a fighting chance. slow down your opponent, set this up, hold them down. It's really control-y. I kind of like that we're getting a control-y deck. Stage 2s are just really inconsistent, and I don't think this will do anything to help it. And it's not a lot of damage if your opponent isn't under control. Alright, the Tinkaton EX. Stage 2, 170 HP again. Great HP, inconsistent because of the stage 2. 3 energy, 2 metal, 1 colorless. Terrific thumping, 80, and if you flip a coin, if heads, 160. She has potential. I don't know how much she'll see play. I don't think you want to charge this when you can charge Arceus. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me to play this over Arceus. They have the same energy requirements, and most of the time Arceus is going to do more damage. To retreat, fire weakness, pretty standard. Fire's not doing so hot in the current meta. Charizard's probably the only contender, and that is just because Charizard players will not stop playing Charizard, which I commend them for. You got Giratina EX, 150 HP, pretty standard for your box legendary, and its ability, Broken Space Bellow. Once during your turn, you may take a psychic energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. If you use this ability, your turn ends. I know a lot of people are having a lot of confidence in this card. I feel like it's pretty slow though, and I feel like its damage output might not be high enough, but I do see the potential in a wall deck. I know I've seen some people talking about Drud and Darkrai with Giratina, where you're just walling up with Drud, and then put energy on Darkrai to do damage, and then put an energy on Giratina and end your turn. I totally see that being potential, just not sure if it's quick enough with the turn-ending ability. You definitely do not want this as your front line, because it's going to take 2 turns minimum to be charged, and it can't even attack. And it hurts itself when it attacks. So, we'll see. I know it has a lot of people hyped to use it, and if it is going to see a lot of play, it's really just going to keep the basic EX meta going. Lugtrio EX, 140 HP on a water Pokemon. I do like the pop out throughout ability, because it's just silly like the old Dragonite ability. I know I've been harshing on luck-based attacks this whole game because my luck is terrible, and this would fall into that same category for me personally. But this does do guaranteed damage, and they're just silly little guys. How can I hate them? We got Bibarel EX, a stage 1 with 160 HP, putting it up there with Exeggutor and our new buddy Clodsire. Problem being, this one is also weak to fighting, which is very common right now. You do not want the Sudowoodo to be standing opposite of this, especially considering it takes 4 energy to get going, to only do 100 damage and heal 30 from itself. I don't think this is good. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for the Bibarel stands. I don't think this is good. Then we got our Lucario EX, 150 HP. 3 fighting energy, Aura Sphere does 100, and then it does 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Now, personally, I don't know how good this is. I think it would be better if it wasn't Lucario EX. If it was any other fighting Pokemon, stage 1, I think it would have seen more play than it will. Right now, fighting's main engine revolves around the regular Lucario powering up basic Pokemon and 1 prizers, and this takes out one of your Lucario slots. So at most it can do 120 with a benched Lucario. Just, I don't see it getting played over the old one. Sure, it will see play. It's Lucario. It'll 100% see play. I don't know if it's good. My favorite Pokemon, Charizard. Stage 2, same problems with every other stage 2. 180 HP. Stoke, takes 3 fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Sounds great on paper. And then Steam Artillery, 5 energy, 150 damage with no drawbacks. Also sounds great on paper. Problems I see with this card are the same as any other Stage 2. It is just going to be inconsistent. It's going to be slow. We are in a meta currently with Triumphant Light that is just very basic EX heavy. By the time this gets online, Arceus is already online. It's taken 30 damage from the initial hit from Dialga, and yeah, it can KO back, but then it's just completely vulnerable after it takes a 130 from Arceus. And if you get it online late, it's just useless. Like, you have to be on curve with it to even have a chance, and it's just, even then, it's taking too much. You got your 18 trainer, Palkia, and Articunos that just eat this deck alive. Yeah, this Charizard is just wishful thinking, I think, but I would love to see it get play. I'd love to be wrong, but I think if you're going to run Charizard right now, the original one is better because you can just charge it on the bench and then just come in and start swinging. And even that's too slow right now, so we'll see. I would love for this to prove me wrong and to be amazing, but Stage 2 right now are in a bad spot. Alright, let's check out some of these arts. That makes me uncomfortable. That is too close to Wigglytuff from Detective Pikachu movie, and it's making me uncomfortable. Okay, this Golden Go art, immaculate. This is good art. Oh, this Graphite art is also good. The 1-stars are cooking so far. Aw, Buizel being cute. Okay, Meowscarada. Okay, we see you being a badass. Got a freaking Batman vibe going on. Red, I don't know why you're down here in the 1-stars. Really good art. I do like that silent protagonist. We saw the Tatsugiri in the trailer, so we've seen this one, but it's good art. Oh my god, the Bibarel art is so freaking cute. That is adorable. Take a ton, whacking shit, very, very in line for her. Is that the Poke Earth, Clodsire? That is Poke Earth. Oh my god, that's adorable. Okay, that's a chase card for me in this set. That's like so freaking cute. Team Rocket Grunts actually look pretty freaking cool here. Really like that. Not a full art I'd be mad getting. Pokemon Center Lady looking adorable. Iono, very in line for Iono. Alright, we got the barrel. Oh, Tinkaton's looking better here. I like that. Clodsire looks a little weird here, honestly. This Wug Trio looks good. Pretty decent Charizard. Kinda looks the same as the first one, doesn't it? Beedrill out here trying to look menacing. As someone who's allergic to bees, you're succeeding. Oh, the Pikachu art looks sick. They cooked with that. Damn, I kinda hope I get this card too. That's sick. Pretty basic Lucario pose, not bad. Like the coloring on it. Giratina looking absolutely menacing, as he should. And this Pikachu's just having fun. He's just a little guy. Oh, okay, immersive. I see you. That's gonna look sick. Obviously, he's outside the distortion world because he's in this form, but that's gonna look really sick. Alright, and in the shiny cards, we got Wug Trio, Beedrill, Lucario, and of course, the Charizard. Naturally, if you're into shiny Pokemon, you're going to probably be chasing these. They're probably going to be very rare, though, so I wish you luck. I personally really want the Charizard, because I am a Charizard boy. And for the slightly less rare, but still probably pretty rare, we got the Pachirisu, Riolu, the Weedle line. Seems like we're getting the lines for each of the EXs, which is nice. So you can shiny them out if you're lucky enough to pull them or whale out for them. The Charmander line, definitely a chase line for me. Dondozo, I think Dondozo has an underrated shiny, so it's nice to see it. Wiglet, and then the Varoom line are also getting nice shinies. And again, we have the Pokeball is our crown rare. Be incredibly rare to get. but if you get one, every deck runs too, so it's nice. Alright, so that's the end of my Shining Revelry reaction. Let's check out the upcoming promo cards that were also data mined and see what we're looking at. We got a Floatzel promo. Alright, this does something different, so let's check it out. 100 HP, 1 energy, attack the wound, 10 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 60 more. That one's got potential. That's a nice 70 hit on something that's already hurt. That could see some play. Don't know how much, but at least it's a stage 1, so it's not as inconsistent as some other options, but it'll see some play, I think. We got Ekans. Poison Sting, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. That's very helpful for the poison meta to have as many options as it can. And we got some new alternative art promos. For the Chansey Wonder picks, we're getting a Riolu. That is the one from the new set. And the Pachirisu from the new set. So that'll be our Wonder Pick event. So this will be pretty easy to get as long as you have the hourglasses built up. We got our Bidoof reprint of the new Bidoof. We got Machamp from the new set, getting a promo as well. And we got a full art Palmont promo from the new set. I think these 3 will be the solo event for the new set, so that'll be nice. You get yourself 2 of these and you got yourself a nice little playset. And you got a full art Sprigatito chilling out, proving that Sprigatito started climbing on rooftops quite young. We're going to get a shiny Cyclizar promo, which will be great, because I still think this Cyclizar is pretty decent. And then obviously the most hype one here is a shiny promo of the original Mewtwo, which definitely want to go for when it comes out. I'm not sure how they're giving away this promo. Very cool shiny in my opinion, and pretty decent card from our history. Not as good as it once was, but it's still nice to see it getting some love. Alright, thank you everyone for coming out and reacting along with me to the Shining Revelry set. As you can see from the timer on the screen, it drops in 13 hours and 46 minutes for me. I am probably going to be awake to pull on it, and I am looking forward to seeing what I get and what everyone else gets. Let me know what you think about the set in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your opinions, whether or not they differ from mine or not. Just keep it civil. I've been your resident ace trainer, and I will see you in the next video. We'll be breaking down structure decks, ranked, and all the good things to be coming for us.